So this week I'm working on a rather odd task. We are trying to get the fencing done, and we are harvesting all of the wood from the top of the mountain, the top of the property. And it's quite the daunting, exhausting process of taking that wood from the top and carrying it by hand down half a dozen terraces to get to the level down here. So I have an idea. This is one of those ideas that is probably stupid, and we are winging it again, and there's a relatively small chance this actually works out, but I want to try something new.
So today we are attempting to build a zip line. No, not for the girls to ride down the mountain, although that would be pretty cool. Maybe someday we'll figure out a safe way to do that. But today we are building this so that when Brady is harvesting the wood from the top of the mountain, he can bring it down to the level that the house is on without completely exhausting himself.
Doesn't seem safe. So I've done some pretty interesting projects in my life, but this one has me the most nervous. This one feels to be the most dangerous. I usually feel a little out of my comfort zone, but very out of my comfort zone on this one. So the spool of wire I was able to find is 4 millimeters of steel cable. I think it's rated to about 600 kilos. And then we're using these little ratchet on clamps that kind of clamp it together.
Hi, Stella.
Oh, hello, Stella. How you doing?
She walked into a branch the other day and kind of scratched her eye. But it's all healed up. But the flies were harassing her. She's so dusty. She must have just been laying in the. She has a little mud pit that she likes.
A good brush.
Stella, will you be the first to test out the zip line?
Say no way, Brady.
This is version 1. Version 2 will be able to carry Stella. We'll beef it up for Stella.
Why are you laying around in your dirt?
Stella has been gaining a lot of weight the last week because we have so many chestnuts laying around, and I haven't had time to pick them up. I feel really bad, but she likes it. She's been munching on them all day. She hasn't eaten hardly any grass because she just eats all the chestnuts, but she's very visibly gaining weight.
Is that yummy, Stella?
Yeah, she loves them.
So if there's anyone out there who has a donkey and has tips for the best ways to care for Stella, we obviously have done some research, online and whatnot, but any tips of how to take care of a donkey, we would love to hear about them.
She just needs snuggles.
She does need snuggles. She loves it. We try to give her as much attention as we can, but we do know that she needs a friend, and that is in the plans. We're thinking maybe some sheep or another donkey. I don't know. We'll see. What do you think, Stella? What do you want? Do you want a friend, or do you just love us? She's my new best friend.
So this is gonna be the bottom of the zip line. We're gonna start at the bottom and work our way up.
But
Pretty
Daddy,
sure that's secure enough.
This is not the level of the house.
Yep. I know, buddy. I wish it was.
I do not understand.
I don't understand either. We're just kind of winging it.
Life is better with a plan.
I had it all in a nice spool. And then it just fell over and immediately twisted. So I've got 100 meters of wire to untangle now, which is a good job for Heather.
I will do that. Here,
Okay.
you take this.
Yeah, I have 5 necklaces. They always get tangled in each other, and I can never get them out.
And who does? I do. All right, my turn. What did you do?
It was in a perfect spool,
It
and
was,
then it
and
just
now I just lost my end.
it rolled down the mountain a little bit, and then clearly boom.
All right. It's gonna take a while.
I'm getting Stella some more glass. Stella.
I think Stella's gonna be your best friend, isn't she?
Yeah. I wonder what glass tastes like.
You wanna try it?
No.
Alright, where's the end?
All the way over there, the red.
So I'm gonna walk it back this way.
Okay.
And then go up. And then you try to make sure it doesn't get tangled again.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Good luck. Oh, be careful.
Yell at me if it gets tangled again,
Okay. Just 1 second, 1 second. Sorry, they're kinked up.
So we were about 50 meters in length and I'd say about 20 meters higher up than down where Heather is. But hopefully you can see why we're going through the effort of building out this little zip line here. I think we crossed about 6 terraces and this will make our life so much easier. Okay, Heather, I'm gonna pull up the rest.
It is a new day and Brady has been working so hard on this zip line. It's definitely not going exactly how he has planned, but he's working so hard and I am so proud of him. We're gonna get to work today and see how it all goes.
Finding the correct path for the line has taken a little bit longer than I expected. I really don't want to cut any trees down that don't need to be cut. They of course take forever to grow. And I want to respect that, but I only want to cut down trees in this forest that have already died. So to find the right path for the cable line that doesn't run into another tree has been a little tricky. So usually I have some level of confidence in what I'm working on, what I'm creating, but not today. I feel like there's like a 20% chance this actually works and doesn't like snap the line and create a serious hazard. But either way, one way or the other, however it turns out, you're gonna see the finished product. And I'm trying to do all of this with 1.5 hands. Thanks for all of the concerns and the comments in our last video. It's just an old injury. I attempted to snowboard when I have no business snowboarding like 2 years ago. And I think something with working here kind of reflared the injury. So I'm just trying to use it as little as possible while it heals back up. This is where things start to get a little scary in my mind. I fixed our top anchor down there. I've gone a couple trees beyond that. I'm gonna use this ratchet to ratchet in all of the slack of the cable line to where it's nice and tight. And then once it's pulled up tight, gotta figure out how to fix it down there and then release the tension, but still have it tight. And that part, I'm still figuring it out. Not sure exactly how it's gonna work. Oh, it's a lot shorter than I realized. All right, change of plans.
So while Brady is up at the top of the mountain working on fixing that up, we are down here on the main level. The girls are working in their bedroom on some fun crafts and things. They're surprising me with something. How's it going, girls?
Don't look at me!
Okay, I won't look yet. Whoa, Chloe, did you guys design a dress? Alexa, are you the designer?
Yeah, it's falling apart.
It's okay. Let me get a closer look. Wow, Alexa. They also have been doing chalk drawings. I got some sidewalk chalk for them to get outside and do some artwork, so they're really enjoying that as well.
Got 2 right-handed gloves. I need a left-handed glove. What in the world? Stella! Hey Stella, it's okay. It's okay. Stella gets so lonely down there. I promise you guys, it's a top priority for us to get Stella a friend. we're working on it. But animals are expensive, so that'll be a priority as soon as possible. So I'm definitely still learning about the mushrooms and what they are called and which ones are safe. This one I've been told is very safe. It seems to be the most common one we have around here. It's supposed to be very good. I think I've missed the majority of the mushroom season so far, but I'm gonna try to go around and collect as many as I can find. Stella, I need to get through. Hey buddy, can I get through? Excuse me. Hey, no, I have to get through. Can I get through? Can you go backwards? I need to get through. Excuse me. Please don't be stubborn. Excuse me. Excuse me. Back, back, back. Aw, Stella. Stella, can I get through, please? Why are you being stubborn? Please.
So currently this is my favorite spot on the property. I love sitting up here on our balcony, or what will someday be our balcony. And usually Stella comes and visits me when I sit up here. And sometimes the girls will visit me too. And and that's fun.
Come in here. So I just found this under the roof. It's a playhouse.
So you guys want to make a little playhouse behind the roof?
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool spot, huh?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm like terrified of this. So you're putting like 500 pounds of pressure. If it snaps, it could slap back in your face. And all right, so I think I got the scary part over with. Let me show you what I have going on here. So again, we have our winch that is pulling from beneath the final fixed point. And then this is our final hold line there. And I think it's time to release the winch and see if this is gonna hold. I'm not messing with you. Like, maybe I shouldn't be so concerned, but this whole thing just has me terrified until I know that it's gonna work. All right, so here's the setup. We've got a pulley here that runs up to a pulley there, and then back here, this is my braking system. And then I'm gonna give it a shot. For starters, I think I'm just gonna go with one pull going down the mountain at a time. I just wanna make sure it's gonna work nice and safe. Let's give it a shot. All right, test run of the zip line. Coming down. Hey, it's working. Woohoo! It's working!
Okay, stop. I did it!
Well, it's certainly a lot more fun than carrying them down by hand. So then once Heather unloads that, I'm just gonna pull it back up. I didn't want to go too heavy on the first one. I wanted to start with just one log, but I'd love to be able to send 5 or 6 down at a time. But based on that first run, I think I underestimated the amount of sag that we would get halfway through the line. So I'm not sure how much weight I'm gonna be able to put on it at one time. All right, coming back up. All right, so this time I'm gonna try 2 longer pulls, just upping the weight a little bit here. All right, coming down. And that's where we meet failure. Huh. It doesn't work. So with just a little bit of weight, unfortunately, there's about 6 feet of slack in the line at the center of the line, at the perfect spot where one of the terraces just happens to be a little too high. And after thinking about this for a while, the only way to fix it is to either raise that end by 15 feet nearly, which is not doable, at least right now, or to significantly tighten the line. And that would be the ideal solution, but because this line is so thin, it's not designed to withstand the pressure that would be needed to add to keep the line tight enough to not introduce so much slack. I've tightened it as much as I can to try to raise it off, and it just will not overcome this hump. And if I tighten too much, it could snap and seriously hurt somebody. And I think it's already plenty dangerous enough. So we're not going to call this one a failure, but it didn't exactly turn out the way I had hoped. I had hoped to be able to load down 100 pounds of lumber at a time to keep me from going up and down. But to only be able to put down 2 logs at a time before I bottom out is not enough. Stella, it's okay. Is not quite enough to make it worth the effort for sure. It's not a failure. It was a learning opportunity. I learned a lot about how to make a zip line or how not to make a zip line. I don't know, now I have all these ideas. If I got 2 8mm cables and ran them in parallel, and then I got maybe an electric winch to haul it up and down, as well as to lower it up and down, not only could we let lumber down the mountain, but I could use it to haul my tools up the mountain. But that is a project for some time way in the future.
Come on, boys, we'll see where this road gives up. Blacktop and gasoline, it won't be enough. But I keep shifting into neutral while the river's racing by. Yeah, I'm sitting in the chamber, locked in.
So right in front of our new outdoor kitchen, we have this old feeding trough, and we've gotten a few comments saying that we need to plant some herbs in there, and I think that is just a fantastic idea. I'm hoping we can get to that soon, because how awesome would it be to be cooking and just be able to pick your herbs? Great idea.
We also had several people telling us that we put the sink too close to the cooktop, didn't leave room for dishes. It's 100% true.
We did.
Mama, now look on the ground. I made it slowly rolling with colors. And I'm making a hopscotch pad.
Oh, you're making hopscotch.
When you lay on the ground and you pretend you're making a snow angel while holding these, you can make a beautiful artwork.
I love
Even
that.
if you hold it with your toes.
We need stools. Is it hot? Yeah? We just came off. What would you think about having a couple stools here so that you could sit underneath the... Because right now it's raining, but we're covered. Would that work for you?
I think that'd be a great idea.
You gonna sit up there?
We also need to have our kitchen supplies separate for here,
Yeah.
because I forgot to bring mugs. I really wanted coffee.
Yeah, we need to get better stocked for our kitchen.
Uh-huh.
So I think one of the coolest things about Italy is how well they do like with separating trash and things like that. So anyone that hasn't been here, I'll tell you, they separate their paper and their glass and their everything. It's just everyone does it all the time, which is not something that we're used to back in the States. I think it's incredible. And no food goes in the trash. Everybody puts their compost food in the compost, and in the cities they will take it for you. But obviously we live out here and we can have our own compost pile. So that's what we're doing, and cleaning up, and then we're just gonna go dump it in the compost pile. I love it.
This is for you.
What is it?
It's a picture of Yoshi.
What? Buddy, that's so cool.
His mouth is full.
Thank you.
That's why his face looks so chubby.
I love it. Chloe was struggling to hold the water and turn on the faucet, so I figured I'd move a couple rocks around to give her a nice spot to be able to fill up her watering can. Chloe! So I would love to always end the week with a successful project. We had a successful week last week, but I don't know, this week wasn't a failure. It still sends wood down from the mountain. It just doesn't do it the way I wanted and as much as I wanted and as easy. And
I think it aligns with a lot of the lessons that we're learning right now. And I think what you had told Chloe, maybe the first week that we were here, that jobs don't have to be perfect, they have to be done, or whatever. What did you say to her?
I don't know. I'm sure it was profound.
She was saying things don't have to be perfect, but we need to get the jobs done. And I think in this whole process, we're going to have some trial and error, and things aren't going to go as we plan. I feel bad that you spent so much energy on something that's not working exactly like you wanted it to.
And now it's time to go back to the old school method of throwing the lumber down the mountain.
But it's a good learning experience.
Sure.
And
now we have a bunch of cable that we can make like a vineyard or a berry vine or what you call it, trellises. Or,
yeah, that's gonna be
are
great.
any of those words right?
I don't know.
I'm tired.
But it's gonna be really good. Hopefully next week will be a little bit more traditionally successful for whatever we come up with for our project next week. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Stella, come here. No. Stella. No. Hey, Stella. Stella, no. Stella. Stella, no.